Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, Lou Dibella Entertainment, he came out and he said something interesting, and I wanted to touch on it in this video because I know pretty much nobody else in the YTBC will probably touch on this topic, but I'll touch on it myself. Lou Dibella came out and he said that he thinks that women's boxing will hit major US TV in 2016. This is on boxing.com. Shout out to them as always. But here's what he said. I'll give my take on it after I read his quote. But here's what he said about women's boxing and a couple of his fighters being on a card. Because he has Amanda Serrano, who's a champion, I think at featherweight or something like that. And then he's got Heather Hardy, who's very popular in the New York area as well. So here's what he said in regards to women's boxing and his fighters. I quote, "Heather Hardy keeps moving later in the show, which is good. Every time she fights, she delivers. I like her as a person and her fighting style. She's like a blood and guts female warrior. She's like Mickey Ward. I promote her, but Heather's not going on a pound for pound list for women's fighters. But she throws down. She loves to fight. She takes and she gives. She's super entertaining, and the public's embraced her." He then goes on to say this. In regards to Heather Hardy's last fight, I quote, "That was a fun fight, and Showtime Sports executive Steven Espinoza was there to see it, which is a good thing. Steven has expressed an interest in making history and doing a women's showbox or a women's card on Showtime. I think that's something that's possible. Steven's very receptive to it. Heather's one of the most popular female fighters in the world, certainly the most popular in New York, and there's some other great female fighters that can be featured in an all-women's card. They deserve it. This is the 21st century. It's time. There's enough good female fighters. It's an Olympic sport. Women fight really hard. They work just as hard in the gym as men. The time has come. I'm going to go on a limb and say before the end of 2016, there's going to be a women's card on TV. I believe that." And then Amanda Serrano. Another thing to note: Amanda Serrano, one of his other fighters, she is the featherweight. I knew it was featherweight title. She holds a featherweight title. So she'll be fighting on the undercard of Leo Santa Cruz and Carl Frampton. Now let me say this. Let me say this about women's boxing. First of all, before I even get into what I want to say about women's boxing, let me say that I have a connection to women's boxing because you guys see me at the end of these videos. I say you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. Dania is the city that I live in South Florida, and in Dania we only have one boxing gym, and that boxing gym, shout out to Bonnie Canino, is Canino's boxing gym. It's very small, but it's a great gym, and Bonnie Canino, obviously, go look up Pioneer Women's Boxing. But I feel like there's a lot of good women's fighters right now. A lot of good women's fighters. Yeah, like Dibella said, you have Amanda Serrano, you have Heather Hardy, you have the very beautiful Senisha Estrada. That's my favorite. I love that woman. Senisha Estrada, and then you have Celia Brækhus, you have Clarissa Shields, who's going to the Olympics, but she'll be coming up very soon. So women's boxing is actually in a very, very good place right now. I think they should do an all-women's card, and it should be a super card promoting the best fighters in all women's boxing. So I think Dibella, Espinoza, Golden Boy Promotions, if they really want to maximize that idea, they gotta have all the best female fighters. They gotta have Heather Hardy. They gotta have definitely Senisha Estrada. They gotta have the Serrano sisters. They gotta have all those fighters on one card, and I think that would be the best way to showcase LaTondra Jones as well, who's also popular in women's boxing. I'm not against the idea. I think that because here's the problem with a lot of boxing fans or people who claim to be boxing fans is that you're not boxing fans. You're fans of a fighter, a stable, an agenda. Maybe I don't know, but you're not a fan of boxing in its totality. You don't follow the Olympics. You don't care about the amateurs. You don't care about women's boxing. I care about boxing in its totality. So yes, I would not be opposed to seeing female fighters on a card or getting an all women's card. There's nothing wrong with that. The UFC has women that have all made names for themselves, like Miesha Tate, Ronda Rousey. What's his name? Holly Holm went to the UFC from boxing to make a name for herself because boxing wouldn't give her the proper exposure. Now, boxing is by far the hardest sport to do. It takes the most out of you. It's really more than just fighting and being strong. It takes so much more. And any woman, basically anybody who puts on a pair of gloves, you know, they should get all the respect in the world. But a woman who puts on a pair of gloves deserves to be more, because they don't know how to do that. You know, they're women. They don't gotta fight. They fight because they really love it. And I mean, like I said, there's a lot of talented women's boxers right now. And I would like to see Tanisha Estrada, Heather Hardy, Amanda or Cindy Serrano get their exposure, and then, you know, once Clarissa Shields turns pro, I like to see her get some exposure, or Latondria Jones get some exposure. You know, it's just time. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, I want a woman's fight on every card yet, but it would be good to see a woman, some women's fighters get some shine, man. Because you know, how many times as fight fans we complain about the undercards of some of these fights sucking, or the main events of some of these fights sucking, but then we go see, you know, if you actually go to the fights, you go see a girl like Heather Hardy go out there and give it her all, and go for the knockout. She gets the knockout, and it's very exciting. Or Latondria Jones get a really quick knockout. Or Tanisha Estrada boxes beautifully in a masterful performance. You know, it's time for the female fighters that deserve to shine and put the work in, that have given their all to the sport, to get rewarded for that. And that's all I want to see, man. Just the freedom fighters that put in the time, put in the work, put in, you know, the hours on their craft of boxing, get rewarded for it. And it is a fight on the undercard of a Showtime card or a HBO card or a PBC card that's much to ask for? I don't think it is, especially for not for the fighters like Amanda Serrano, Cindy Serrano, Heather Hardy, or Tanisha Estrada. Any one of those four girls should be able to fight on an undercard and get paid more than they do right now. That's my take on it. But let me know what you guys think. Lou Dibella thinks that there will be a female boxing card before the end of 2016. So let me know what you guys think about this idea in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.